Wow. And I am speaking today via Skype to the Queen of Metal, Doro Pesch, the one and only. It's been a few years. I got to talk to you in Rochester the last time you played. Uh,
Yes.
Growing my hair out like wickedly, but then sure there. I used to be bald. I decided to stop bald, but anyhow, 2020. It's been kind of a rough year in some ways.
Yes. Oh
Uh,
man, yeah, yeah. We had so many touring plans. Yeah, we were planning, yeah, doing all these great festivals in America, two America tours, one South America, Australia, Europe, two European tours, and all these great festivals in Europe. And then everything, yeah, everything got either cancelled or postponed. And yeah, and then I went back into the studio, working on some new songs. And then I thought, okay, I want to go through all my archives, maybe putting out a best of album. And I started with about 15 songs. And then I saw more and more like really cool versions and songs. And yeah, and then it was like 25 and 35. And now it's a 3 CD set and it has 56 tracks on. And I think all, yeah, the highlights and lots of deep cuts and unreleased versions and yeah, and everything from old school to now and yeah.
I was looking over the track listing, and yeah, there's some really cool things included in there. One of them, there's like what is the fight version? I think it's referred to of "All We Are." I think
Yeah,
opens up the first.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh, we are is always one of my favorite songs to play and definitely to play live. And there's a great lady. She's a boxing champion for 12 years, and she's a great friend of mine. Regina Halmisch is her name, and she was asking me if I can write like the walk-in anthems for her, and I did. And then there was a really tough fight. It was actually against a guy. He was a big TV personality in Europe. Yeah, and then she wanted to have All We Are, and so we made a new version of All We Are. And she won that fight that day. It was like, yeah, I think 10 million people watching that on TV and live. We were there live playing it. Ah, it was a great memory. So yeah, that's yeah. And of course the record has to start with All We Are. It's still, yeah, still a song we will always play.
So another, I'm here. I'm actually looking. I had saved a page with the track. Um, you did a duet with Pete Steele, and somehow I missed out on that. I happened
Yes.
to listen to that, and it is so amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice song. No? Yeah, the song is
Yeah,
called Descent, and it was on our Fight album. And yeah, and Pete was a super nice guy. He was tall, man. He was the biggest guy I've ever met, but super sweet, super nice, very gentle. And yeah, we did that song together, and oh, it was great. And we were hanging out a little bit, and and he was driving me around in Brooklyn, and he had this awesome car. I think it was like, I don't know if he made it himself. It looked between a Jeep and something out of a Mad Max movie. And yeah, and then we were driving and yeah, having a lot of fun during that time. Yeah.
so I remember seeing Typo Negative in '95 opening for Queensryche, and unfortunately, it was the only time I ever got to see them. But they were so good live.
Yeah, so good. No? Yeah, yeah. And Pete Steele, what a man, he had so much oh, personality and yeah, yeah. So totally awesome. Yeah.
Class act all around. Then we got a orchestral version of "I Rule the Ruins," which I think
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I Will Ruins, that's the only song which is on there twice. One a nice live version, really fast, very heavy, and yeah, and one version with orchestra. I did one time a whole album with orchestra, and we played in Wacken with orchestra, and it was really a great experience. I think some songs they came to life so much. It was so nice. And I Will Ruins, I thought was a very nice version with orchestra, but for the diehard metalheads, I thought, nah, the live version should be on there as well. So
yes, I
that
think
song is on there twice.
believe that is on the third. Yes, I Roll the Ruins Live is on the third disc, which I mean,
Yes,
the
we
tracks
were
are all
treasures. Hmm.
amazing. Um, and what I also love is like because I've got like the 25 years, the 35 years collection. Because we got the Breaking the Law featuring Udo from formerly of Accept,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I love Udo, but they got Breaking the Law with him, and it's like I love the fact that you just have no problems bringing guests out for certain tracks, and it's like one of the things I was actually going to ask you because it's like I'm never watching those DVDs. You've had brought out Udo, World Dane, uh,
Yeah,
Preston,
yeah.
um, Lemmy. You've done. Is there anybody you haven't performed with that you'd like to change in the future?
Yeah, I, God, yeah, I would love to do many, many more records and maybe many more duets. And I would love to, yeah, to do a duet with Rob Halford or Blackie Lawless or Bruce Dickinson or James Hetfield and yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah, there's still some people I would love to do something and yeah, but sometimes you have to have either a tour together or there's something like you have to have a little foundation and yeah and actually with Rob that would be so cool because it was my very first tour with Judas Priest in 1986 and yeah, and I always want to say thank you to Priest for this awesome experience. And then I wanted to record Breaking the Law. And I was just working with Udo Dirkschneider on his record. We did a duet. And then I said, hey, Udo, I'm working on this awesome version of Breaking the Law. You want to, be a duet partner on my song here as well? And then he said, oh, yes, let's do it. So that's how it came about. But yeah, Priest was my first band I toured with, then Wasp, then the legendary Ronnie James Dio, and then in America, Megadeth, and oh God, so many great memories, and it was the best. And then Motorhead, Saxon, we toured so many times with.
I know the tour that we bring up a lot, and unfortunately, I missed out on it. But you brought up the Megadeth tour in the States that
Yeah,
also was Warlock and Sanctuary for support. And
yes,
unfortunately, I can't remember what came up. I was still in college, so it probably had to do with a class,
yeah,
and I ended up missing out on that show. And everybody was like, "How could you?" I'm like, you know, things happen.
yeah, yeah,
Sometimes it's just
absolutely,
doesn't fall
absolutely.
into place, and I'm just glad for the moments I've had since then. you know.
Yeah. You mentioned Boral Dane. Yeah, we became friends on the Megadeth tour. That was how it all started, and yeah, and then he came to our anniversary. I think he had the longest trip. He came from Seattle to Düsseldorf. That's where I came from in Germany, and I think he had to change planes 3-4 times. I think it was probably a 48-hour plane trip, and then he came there. He was super cool and yeah, we jammed together, and it was awesome. He was such a nice guy, and I miss him so much. And yeah,
So moving on to the second disc. This is the collection of the ballads you chose, and then
mhm,
once again, just a great selection. Forever starts it out. Um,
yeah,
classic night orchestra version, which I can only imagine is going to sound amazing.
yeah.
Um,
I think it's
and
nice.
I'm tongue tied. Sorry. A 2020 version of "Love Me in Black." I'm
Yeah,
intrigued.
yeah. Actually, we did. When I told you that all our plans for festivals and touring got cancelled, we did a couple of drive-in shows this year, and that was actually really interesting. It was totally different. It was a totally different animal, but we still all really had fun. The fans, the band, the crew, and we recorded a couple of songs. And "Love Me in Black" was one recording. I thought, oh, it sounds really nice. It's really magic, and but you don't hear any audience or the fans, because when they're sitting in their cars, you can't hear so much. So it was at first very different, you had to get used to it, but then you can feel more. So you can feel the good energy. That was nice. It was a different, yeah, well, it was a challenge. It was totally different, but anything was better than doing nothing. And all the other live tracks, they are recorded on our last tour, on the Forever Boreas, Forever United tour. It was our first double CD, and we did many songs of that one live. And yeah, and yeah, we re-recorded Revenge and Raise Your Fist, and there you can hear the fans loud and proud. But yeah, this year is totally different. So, but yeah, but I always try to yeah, to see the positive things in everything. Even this year had some positive things, and I would have never done like a best of album when we would have been on tour. I would have never even thought of it, and so it was, yeah, it was good for that.
Oh yeah, based on what I'm seeing, this is going to be a wonderful just collection for the fans or even anybody who's you know just learning about you. And it's the classics are on here absolutely.
Yeah, and the duet with Lemmy is on there as well. Love Me Forever, an old Motorhead classic, and that was so special to me because we recorded it with Bob Kulick, who passed away a couple of months ago, and we recorded it in his studio. He played guitar on it. Eric Singer, the Kiss drummer, played drums on it, and I was, it was so great, and Lemmy was so awesome. He was my best friend in the music business, and especially that time we recorded two songs, but then I chose Love Me Forever because I thought, it definitely carries magic.
Absolutely. And then you've got Walking with the Angels featuring Tarja.
Yeah, the ex-singer of Nightwish,
And then,
and yeah,
I'm a
yes.
huge Nightwish fan, so anything with Tarja is going to definitely, I'm all about that for
Ah,
sure.
good. Yeah, yeah, of course, I like, the new singer, Flor Jansen. I like her as well. We are all great friends. So, but Taya, she has this angelic voice. And I thought, oh, she would be so awesome on the song Walking with the Angels. And we sing that together. We performed it a couple of times live too. That was
I
really
believe
nice.
there are versions of that on the one of the DVD collections I have. I
Yeah,
can't remember the 25 year or the 35 year or
that's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Wow. The deep cuts. Yeah. That was like, and
I, I
it
try
was. Hmm?
I try to maintain or retain as much as I can.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
That's
of course,
why. Sorry.
oh no, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Yeah, that's why it always takes so long to do a DVD or a record, and it's sometimes so much work, but then you want to have it perfect, and yeah. So the last DVD that it took like 2.5, 3 years, and the DVD before, where Taya sings on and the Scorpions and all, that took like 2.5 years as well, and yeah. So sometimes people say, "Well, what's taking you so long?" But yeah, when you want to, you know do it good, then it's all these details, and that it sounds good, it looks good. That's always, it takes a lot of time to make it nice.
Um, I definitely want to bring up just a little bit about disc three, which is your the I think the rare tracks, the live stuff, and some of the and one of my favorites. I gotta say, it's like your cover of Dio, Egypt. The chains are on. I love that so much.
I'm so glad that we put it on, because it was out already, and it was on the nice Dio tribute, and I recorded it first many years ago, and then I met Ronnie on this release party. It was the Magica release party in 2000. And he came up to me. He said, "Oh, I love your version of Egypt." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes, I always play it on the radio when people say, 'Hey, which song you guys want to play?'" And I thought, "Oh my God." And that made me so happy. And I felt so good. And a couple of months later, we were on tour together. That was in 2000. It was a great tour. Dio in the Malmsteen, us, and there we became even, yeah, the friendship deepened even more, and we actually had some plans to do many more things together, but unfortunately didn't get to that anymore. But Egypt, yeah, I still love that song so much. Yeah,
It is one of the greatest. It's one of my favorite cover tracks from any.
really.
I'm not just playing on that. That's genuine. Um,
Oh, that's nice to hear. Oh, of course, that makes me so happy. And yeah, yeah, and what a great song. And Dio, oh man, it was, yeah, one of my biggest inspirations and heroes, of course. Yeah,
Absolutely. I had the privilege of seeing him twice when,
yeah,
at his peak, in his prime. Matter of fact, one of those shows he had Megadeth. It was the second time I saw him was Megadeth and Sabotage opening. And oh my God, what a night.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, and I know we're kind of running a little short on time, so I know there's also a couple like you got some. So this is like a CD, and I think there's what vinyl as well.
Yes, yes, I just have it here. I just got it, and yeah, I was so happy that I could get it because everybody was in lockdown and doing home office, and all the companies who were doing the vinyl things, like that was tough to get, but I got it, and it's coming out on the 13th of November as well. And I think it looks beautiful, and there are two double vinyl. One is the one set is white, the other one is clear. And there's a poster and tons of photos. And yeah, I think it looks really nice. And the box looks stunning. And yeah, sometimes you never know how it will come out because you make the artwork in the computer and then you are hoping for the best. And I think it's beautiful. And there's another box set for the CD as well, with some with some goodies like a scarf and a perfume. That's for people who like perfume. Yeah.
Sent for men and women in there. It's like
Yes. Yeah. It's called True at Heart, and I think they smell heavenly. I think they smell really nice, and I always wanted to have a perfume. I'm fiddling around with it since 1993, and now it's finally here. And yeah, and in a box set, we always try to put something in what is like special, and I think that's yeah, and it looks really nice too. If people don't like to wear perfume, you can put it like in your collection. Looks really nice, and one is a little skull, and the other one is a bigger body. But yeah, I think they look really cool.
very nice. So yes, the box set is called Magic Diamonds: Best of Rock, Ballads, and Rare Treasures. And
Yeah.
I do believe that is all I have for you today.
That's nice. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much that I could talk about the new release. That's always like
Joe
you know.
Joe and I brought this up the last time we talked to you in Rochester. That he's like, I think she would let us sit and talk with her all night if she had her way. And I'm like, I'd be okay with that because it's like I talking music, and it's just you're so
Yeah.
easy to talk with. And I just thank you for taking the time. It's
Thank you so much. And yeah, and I will see you, soon on tour again next year. Hopefully everything gets back to normal.
absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, then everybody out there, stay healthy, keep on rocking, stay metal, and lots of love, and
Yeah.
lots of metal power.
All right, Doro Pesch, thank you so much. And
Thank you so much
we'll
too.
see you again.
Oh, I didn't hear you. It just, the connection is not so good, so I didn't hear your last words.
No, that was just basically me saying, hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Ah, yes, thank you so much. Yes, yes, see you soon, guys, and all the best. And yeah, I have a good one. Thank you. Okay,
Thank
take care. No?
you. And